we are going to go ahead with our Conduct IT sessions. So this is a volume 2. So we are going to understand more about Conduct IT and what it contains. So within Conduct IT, we have a plan. So we are going to understand what is plan. So if we talk about plan, so this we can call it as as a different related elements of a particular application is plan. So from end to end, if you're talking about, there would be a starting point and there could be external dependency to start the plan, and there could be a different sequence of execution unit within that plan, and finally the final step. And also after final steps, or I mean within the limit of plan execution, there could be a recovery mechanism, there could be a failure handling, and these kind of steps would be there. So if we technically, if we talk about the plan, so this will be consisting of, if we talk about tasks, so there will be a different set of tasks. So we are going to use those tasks to construct a plan, and there will be a uh, different actions for those tasks. Okay. And so if on last session we were talking about a set of tasks. So the plan, when we construct the plan, so we use this tool of set of tasks, okay, to construct our plan. And there the sequence of these tasks and the connection of these, the relationship between those tasks is going to be defined by our particular use case which we are going to solve as part of our Conduct ID solution. Okay. So yeah, this consists tasks, different tasks which we have, majority most list of tasks, like a graph task, program task, and then subplan, plan task, and wait for file, signal event, wait for event. So these all are called tasks. So this is a list of tasks basically. And then there are methods. So task we can see graphically, we can drag and create that plan. But methods are going to be the ultimate execution units basically. So these are the things which we are, performing the, actions basically for the task. So we configure the task as part of plan, but the execution happens using the methods. The perform. So if I talk about a few of the methods, is going to be a perform method. When we configure the graph task, the host by default, method is going to be executed as a perform method. The perform method in the basically it means is our graph, the actual graph calling is perform method, perform the particular method which we are going to call from task. Okay. Then there are different optional methods. Okay. Then the trigger method, start method, at failure, at warning, at shutdown. So these are the event based actions. So in the life cycle of plan, so there are going to be many events. So before starting of the particular task, or a perform method, there would be a at start, there could be a uh, trigger method for to start a particular task, and there could be a failure handling process, at failure, or at warning method. Warning in the sense of asynchronous task. So somehow, if the load is not proper, I mean, so if the CPU cycle is very low, and the things, so the warning method are different. We are going to understand as part of methods basically the different methods, and why those methods are there, and how to configure those method, and why they are needed basically. And then there are parameters. So the parameters also are different here. So the parameters is like how we pass the information between tasks. So we configure the task, we have a methods, and how we pass the information from in sequence, or from one task to another. So this is a very little different between components, graph components. So we cannot pass the information from one graph component to another graph component within a graph. But in plan, we can pass the information from one task to another using parameters. So we are going to understand the dynamic parameters as part of it whenever we are going to understand the parameters as a whole as part of one session. Okay, and then there is a relationship. So how the relationship, this is govern the the sequence of execution which we are going to construct based out of this task. And okay, so the relationship, whenever we talk the relationship, it's a control sequence because basically, and when we construct the plan, so it is a, so when we construct the plan graphically from left to right, so the leftmost things are going to be executed first, and then the rightmost things. There could be a parallel execution of sequences. Okay, and there could be a concurrent things happening internally. If we talk about looping plan and all, those are there, but fundamentally from the left to right execution happens. So if we talk about first example, so here I have taken one example where the execution unit has to wait for some external files which we are going to receive from third party in our ab initio server. So they are going to push the file in our ab initio server. This kind of file watcher job, or so replacement of file watcher job basically. So it's going to wait, uh, you know, wait for that particular file, and then if the file arrives, then the subsequent task is going to be executed, the graph task. And it could be a data preparation step, then there will be a logic. So whenever the wff wait for file executes, so there is a configuration like we are going to wait for file, so there will be a file name we need to specify. Then there is a call interval. So call interval in the sense of how frequent it is going to monitor the file. So if we specify a half an hour, then after half an hour is going to check again at the particular place if the file is there or not. So likewise, we can set up the time limit, timeout properties of this component. So wherein we can specify that how long it is going to wait for it. So after 5 hours, it should not wait. So if after 5 hours, if files are still not there, then this. Uh, so there are connection point, right? So the bottom connection point, it's a failure, add failure. So this is going to be a failed. Okay. So add failure, we can connect this connection point to another graph task or plan task, or any other task basically from the or task list, and we can perform we can manage that failure. Okay, we can say, like, we can send the email, we can create another file, or we can create the dummy file to execute it. So many things can be done, like the failure management can be done at the connection failure, connection point of at failure method. Okay, so this is the so like this is, we are going to follow the method. Okay, so we are going to take each one of the tasks, and we are going to understand the different properties and different places which where this task can fit in. So likewise, I have discussed about wait for file component. So likewise, we are going to take a particular task, and we are going to complete whole list of tasks, likewise. So in the examples, right? So instead of going, all the things, so we will take some example, and we are going to understand the particular task within that, and the related concept around it. Okay. So we have understood what plan consists, the task, methods, parameters, and relationship. Then what is this sub plan? So before doing the subplan, let's complete the first example basically. So what we have taken it. So when we construct the plan, so we take the different tasks, and basically after wait for file, if it is executed successfully, then there is a graph task. So this graph task actually is a graph. So like batch graph or continuous graph, we were understanding, right? So this actually the perform method is actually a graph. So we can drag the graph, and we can that automatically will create the graph task for you in the plan. And then there is another graph task which also actually a graph. So whenever it calls the, so if we connect this graph task, why we are connecting the graph task is we have already isolated a unit of building block which as part of graph we have created already, and that process, end to end, is going to be executed by graph, that graph task. And after that graph execution happens, we have a another graph which is going to do some logic and internal processing, and then there will be a kind of data file might have created by the logic graph, and then those data files is going to be read by another graph task as part of database load. And that, in the lower flow, it could be a FTP to another third party server. Okay, and then their email mechanism is going to happen in both the branches of the plan, and then finally the program task, which probably could be cleaning task. So this is how we connect the flow. So you are seeing the round things here, right? Three things. So this is input port. So like we have ports, in a graph. So we have a connection point in plan. So these are the three connection point. Basically, mostly there are three connection point is going to be there in a particular task. So this is input connection point, and this is output connection point. This is a failure connection point. So for all the tasks, there will be three. So I have made it around here. So I was talking about the first example. So this is a very simple thing actually. So by default, there would be a, rollback methods in every graph task basically. Okay, but we can construct we can configure the graph task or a plan task or a program task. So there are three tasks basically: graph task, plan task, and program task. So what is the difference between graph task and plan task is calling the executable activity, the third party programs like maybe a script, or probably a Python script, or maybe C script or Java executable. Okay, it could be a simple echo statement, or maybe welcome message. So this is some script, or be a third party program, right? And there will be a all mostly the properties are going to be same. There will be a so same methods inside the program task, except the perform method is going to be different, because that is going to be called the executable basically. But in graph task, we are going to call the graphs basically. Okay, and in the plant task, the method is going to be same. So there are 7 methods basically. So what is by default, it comes with a perform method, and then there is trigger method, add start method, add success method, add failure method, add shutdown method. Okay, at warning method. So these 7 methods are going to be there in graph task, plan task, and program task. Okay, mostly we do not configure even any of these, except the which is comes as by default, the perform method, but we can configure, right? Okay, and okay, so these are about graph task, plan task, and program task. And let's go over to the our kind of index. So the subplan. So what is subplan is again to support the sequence, and to support the larger larger conduct IT solution. So there is a small subplan. So we can create we can to execute some different unit within our plan sequence. We can construct the subplan, or probably we can create one parallel unit within the plan. So it's a kind of a plan. So again, there is a plan basically. Subplan is also a plan, so which have all the properties of plans. So again, there will be, within subplan we can construct another plan basically. I mean, we can create a different sequence of tasks within that subplans. Okay, and subplan helps in situations where we need to do the repetitive task. So we can create a looping plan which keeps on executing at any number of times. Okay, so in that way the subplan helps while creating the larger plan units. Okay, larger conductivity solution. Okay, that is called a subplan. So looping plans and sequential and concurrent plan. So as part of subplans, we can make the subplans like to 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 execute in different kind of loops. So there could be a while loop, there could be a for each loop, and there could be a for loop. So let's talk about what are the difference between these loops. Okay. So while loop, depending upon if it if we compare it with the different other programming language or other programming construct, it is going to be executed until any certain condition is getting satisfied. Let's say you know let's say the until the some file is available, or until the volume of particular file is this much or less than that. Let's say we are going to create any file, we are going to append any file, and we are going to see that uh, we are going to execute that looping plan until the size of that particular file is going to be a less than, let's say, 5 GB. Okay, so until that condition we are going to execute that looping plan. Okay, uh, whether it could be a concurrent, this while loop, no, it is not going to, because it's going to be depending upon certain condition. And so this while loop plan is not going to be a concurrent, it's going to be a sequential always. And for each loop plan, for each loop plan is it depends on in a list of values basically. So if we have a list of 10 files and we are going to process those 10 files as part of our graph task, within that subplan we are going to call the graph task, right, basically. So if we are, if we are going to apply the same kind of processing on set of 10 files, then we can create a vector based out of those 10 files, and we can loop through that, the using the for each loop. This could be a concurrent, because the if we know that these execution are going to be independent of each other, we can execute the for each loop in a sequential or in concurrent manner. Okay, then there is a for loop. So this is a fixed set of number of execution. Let's say I'm going to execute some kind of thing in 5 times or 10 times. So we can specify this number over there, and then the execution would be happening 5 times or 10 times. Let's say we are going to produce the number of files in a prior prior graph or prior plan. In previous plan we are going to construct many files, and those file is going to depending upon the geography basically, right? And as many geography we have, those many files we are going to construct as part of prior graph or prior thing. Okay, so we don't know always that how many files we are going to at going given point in time. Let's say we have sales data, and we don't know, I mean, how many files or how many country file we are going to produce. So we can construct parameters, and we can read that parameters using prior the file created previously. So those many number of files, depending upon how we are going to construct those files. If you are going to just construct each file from so depending upon the pattern of the file, we can count those number of files as part of some PDL, and then that PDL is is going to decide the for loop number of times or for loop is going to execute. That could be concurrent as well. So then there is a subscriber loop. So okay, subscriber loop is it's related to the continuous flows actually basically. So, but it may not be a continuous flow. Actually, we can from this batch graph we can publish the publish the data to the plan basically. So for that I have taken one example to understand the subscriber loop. So can we call a plan from a graph? You know, so yeah, we can call. So this is a part of subscriber loop. So we will have a plan, and that plan is going to be executed from the graph basically. Okay, plan publish to plan. There will be a component. Okay, so to construct the subscriber plan, what we need to do is we need to go to the plan. We need to create the new plan. Then there will be a sub plan. That sub plan loop type is going to be a subscriber. This time we are not going to use the for loop or while loop, any that kind of loop. We are going to use a loop type as a subscriber, and this sub plan is going to wait for the publish to plan signal. So the message is, this is subscriber publisher combination actually. So whenever you call it a subscriber loop, we are going to execute the subscriber loop. So this subscriber, is going to wait for any publisher, right? So within the same plan, we are going to take the graph task, and that graph task is going to call the graph, and that graph is going to call the subplan actually. So it will configure like, so we have constructed the plan. Within plan we have configured our graph task, and that graph task, the actual graph is constructed like subscriber, then reformat, and then publish to plan. Okay, the publish to plan is a component, and wherein we specify the name of the subplan to call, right? And then the subplan is getting called, and then the internal execution within the subplan is going to happen. So if we talk about the what happens in you know within the subplan is the same. There will be some graph will be calling, right? Graph task, then many other graph tasks following that. Then there is a load graph or something. So this is a this is the invocation of the this graph from the subplan, depending upon the data or message received from the publish to plan component or this graph task. Basically, the graph task would be sending data to the subplan, and that based on one message, the subplan is going to be executed once. Okay, but at the same time, it could be concurrent as well. Okay, we can specify the concurrency also, and subplan could be running concurrently. If we have enough resources available, then subplan can can uh, run concurrently. So this is how we configure the subplan, uh, subscriber loop basically. Okay, so nothing actually, the same one plan, and this graph task. So whenever we execute this plan, what happens is, so first of all, this graph task, those both will come into the execution mode, and this graph task, when the subplan is actually starting this graph task is whenever it receives the data from the this graph task. Okay, so both are going to reside, GT and this subplan is going to reside in the same plan. Okay, and this is the kind of a beauty of this mechanism. Okay, so let's see, I mean, where are we? So as part of today's sessions, we have kind of understood the majority of you know understanding of the plans and how we construct these plans. Okay, and in subsequent session we are going to understand the different methods. Okay, and then we are slowly we are going to see how parameter passing happens and all other related concept. Okay, thank you so much. Please subscribe my channel, and you can share this channel with other friends which maybe can be benefited from this kind of sessions. Okay, thank you so much.